A lot of people have been talking this week about oil companies. Oh, a bunch of these. They're trying to brainwash you. Half those people on social media are fucking bots. Look at their profiles. They got 8 friends. They come up with some wackadoodle name with some bogus picture, and they come out and tell you all they know about oil prices and thieves, and it's designed to brainwash you, even if you don't believe it. If you see a thread where there's 100 people who all say oil companies are stealing, you're going to buy into it, and you're going to believe it. It's a matter of psychological truth. One of the things that they learned about psychology, about human behavior, is that if you hear something over and over and over again, you'll start to believe it, no matter what the narrative is. Or at least it will warp your mind into thinking something that it ordinarily wouldn't think. It was like, I was shocked when Britt Hume, he was talking about this, about Donald Trump. And he said, well, everyone wants just Donald Trump to go away. Really? I guess they do. They don't want to be troubled anymore. They don't want to see it on the news. But you don't understand. As soon as they get rid of Trump, they're going to go on to somebody else. If you think what they're doing to Donald Trump is somehow unique to Trump, you're wrong. It wouldn't matter if they elected Jeb Bush in 2016. They would be doing that to Jeb Bush. That's what they do. That's how they infiltrate. That's how they get into your mind. So it's not about Trump. It's about you. It's like the inflation rate. They have changed the rate of inflation, how we measure it, twice that I know. Probably in other ways as well. I no longer rely on government for anything than raw statistics. Like how many people shot, how many people. I can't rely on it because they change the standard all the time, right? It's like mass shootings. How many mass shootings have there been in this country? Do you know? No, I don't. Even I don't. Because the CDC uses one number, the FBI uses another, liberal pundits use a third number, conservative outlets use another. We have no idea. I know there's none happening in my community. I know that they're happening. I know that Sandy Hook happened. I know that all of these other events are happening, the major ones. I mean, you can't, these conspiracy theories that, all these people are faking it or lying, it's been bananas to me. But we have no real idea of what is actually going on. You can only gather it from informational sources, from direct feeds. And I can tell you, what happened in Uvalde, Texas is happening every weekend in every urban center. Kids and adults are being killed by the dozens in every urban center, but nobody bitches about it. The reason, because it doesn't fit the narrative. We want to think that it's these people going out with illegal guns, that guns are the problem, that it's AR-15s. It's not. It's handguns, it's weapons, it's knives, it's poisonings. People are running each other over. They tell us there's articles out there's no crime wave. There absolutely is. You can see the people getting shoved in front of subway trains. Why is Walgreens closing all of their stores up in San Francisco if there's no crime wave? It's all a big numbers game. I'll give you an example. They say the inflation rate in March was 8.6%. Well, you could track it. They give you the statistics, who's buying and where they get them. You can look it up. You take the time to do it. It's worth it. And then the next day today, they report that producer prices, in other words, the raw materials, people that manufacture things, it's up 10.8%. Well, wait a second. Are you telling me in the same breath that the manufacturers of goods that are providing it on the shelves are taking a 2.5% hit in order to be competitive, and then tell me with oil companies, but they're gouging us? Well, what is it? If producer prices are up higher than the inflation rate, either the inflation rate isn't right, or the producer prices are right, or the corporations are taking it on the chin in order to, what? Provide a competitive price. And then they keep saying this whole thing. Profits are all-time high. Profits are at an all-time high. Well, sure they are. If you sell a $1 widget and suddenly it costs $2, you're going to make twice as much profit. It only stands to reason. Nobody ever talks about, what? Profit margins. You pull a prospectus on any major corporation in the last 2 years, it'll all tell you the profit margins are down. It's like the department stores. Oh, they're gouging us. What's the same store sales? They're up 42%. They're making money hand over the fist. They don't tell you that the margin has dropped 12%. Because they have to sell things to be the only, in order to continue to have business, they've got to cut prices. Target cut prices the other day on all their TVs. They got too many TVs. Can you believe that? How do you get, a fucking big screen TV is like $400. How do you do that? How do you cut prices tighter than that? They do. That's how tough things out there. And it's all a big numbers game. They're not telling you the real inflation rate. They're not telling you the real story. The real story is this country is suffering. The real story is we are in a recession now. There's no coming recession. We're in a recession now. Tomorrow the Fed's going to jump rates. And it's going to jump rates like it hasn't done in a long time. It's going to be a ridiculously high jump. That's why the market has been going soft. Because they all know the good times of getting free money from government is over. And it's going to have to what? Sell goods. And nobody's got any money to buy anything. And they know what's coming. The fiscal policy